Hey guys, welcome to today's video. One of my subscribers has sent me his save to have a look at, and I thought I'd share it with you all because some of the stuff he's done is pretty frickin' cool. I now know why he sent me his save. Lol. The first thing we'll have a look at is his vehicle here. I have been down a little bit to his auto farm where I think his base is, and I haven't seen any others, and he has his flyer here, but I'll show you those after. I haven't tried the flyer yet. That's what this looks like. Seems to have two engines. One drives the wheels and one drives his guns. My only question, I suppose those are boss guns, because they're too high to deal with regular mobs. And then, does that make them too wide to shoot a boss because they only fire on the outer square? Still look very cool. Same as his rear suspension. I like this very much. I'm assuming he can back up to the refinery or whatever the case is, and it will automatically unload. Good for daily driving, picking up the random arms, because I am so sick of picking up arms from the friggin' haybots, man. There needs to be a mid or late game solution to that, because it's ridiculous when you have to go and do towers and things for components. It's yeah. Anyway, this is what it drives like. I haven't figured out how to open the hatch, and I haven't pushed any buttons yet. I've just been for a wee drive. And that's what it drives like. I don't know how economical it is on fuel. What does one do? Aha! Look at that. One changes everything. I now understand the rear suspension. It still doesn't like going straight much. Oh, and that's the guns. Oh, and that's shoot, I see. Oh, he's got them angled. Does he have them angled in? He must have them angled in to compensate. There a bearing there? There is a bearing there, look at that. Ah, very well done. And we had one more button left, I'm guessing the hatch? Yeah. Oh, nice, and the seat pops up. Well, that's a pretty sweet ride. I like how you've sort of put everything on one. There's chests and storage, where in my playthrough at this point I have sort of purpose built most things. I have got one scout with chests. I've got you know, each vehicle is purpose built, and normally on each of my vehicles I hide my bed underneath my seat. That way they're always invisible. But it's a very cool machine. Let's have a look at the flyer. Why are the thrusters not engaging? Does it have fuel in it? Sure does. He did leave me some instructions. Okay. No, 3, 2, and 4. And raise and lower, you said? Oh. I see your problem. I think I see your problem. Whoa! Nailed by the gyro. Wow, that's a lot of thrust for such a small craft. Start there. Bit closer. But I see your problem. Oh, I'm stuck. Go there. The thing that you need to change or help yourself out here is get rid of one of these fuel tanks. One of these fuel tanks weighs like so many rockets. These things are so heavy. And I found simply by not having to lift all that extra weight, you don't need anywhere near as much thrusters, as in you genuinely could have these thrusters set on one, maybe two, and you would be achieving the same thing. It's all just to carry the weight of these two tanks. Most 80% of the weight of your craft sits in these two tanks. Plus, I find it annoying that you then have to fuel two tanks, because I don't think they can link together. But yeah, most important, or no, I just do that for the weight. And if you did still want to run two fuel tanks, I would put one directly behind the seat as you've done, and one directly in front of the seat, because I did some. Here, let's show you. Okay, so we have ourselves a scale or a seesaw here that's just balanced nicely. And as you can see, if I plop an engine here and a gas tank there, even though I'm going to put these engines much further out, giving them a taking it much further away from the center of gravity, if I can. Oh, I need engines. And you will see that these weigh nothing compared to the weight of those fuel tanks. See what I mean? Come on, how many we get? There we go, air tips. Take one off. Two off. Oh, you're a stubborn one, aren't you? Oh, that's pretty close. I'll live with that. So that's, I don't know, somewhere 8 or 10 engines to balance out one fuel tank. And the same goes for your thrusters and everything else. It's just not worth carrying all that extra fuel. You're just spending it on fuel, if that makes sense. So if you slim that down, it's going to give you a much better fighting chance of getting this craft off the ground. And that's why you'll notice when I do mine, I've balanced my fuel tank out with an engine and my seat and everything else on the other side. Seems to be close-ish. So if you come and plop your seat on there, you see it's pretty close, and normally by the time you've added in a switch or two and a controller or whatever, it's actually got a pretty good balance on it. I did this exact same mucking around to figure that out. I hope this helps with your flyers, because otherwise I think you're on the right direction. The only other thing because I made several flyers to try and get mine working, and the one thing I noticed with my gyroscope, and you're doing the same thing here ultimately, is your gyroscope is detecting directly on the 90-degree angles, but you are compensating on a 45-degree angle. So to change this side, you actually have to, you can't just, if this plane tilts this way, you can't just lift that side of the plane up. Your sensors are going to fire multiple thrusters, which means you're not actually going to be leveling yourself, or not efficiently, and you can often throw your own craft out of whack doing that. So what I've done is I have my normal lift thrusters out where yours are. Let's just fix the time here. So I have my thrust lifts out where you are to keep everything nice and balanced, but then I put my balance sensors or my gyro sensors on 90 degrees off your gyro here like that, and you'll find they're far more effective because they are literally compensating directly on the axes of the gyro, and it'll also be a lot easier to control your craft then. But other than that, it looks like you're on your way, mate. She looks pretty good. I look forward to seeing you, to finish it. I hope my suggestions have helped. If not, let me know, and I will try and offer some more, maybe even make some changes and show you that if you'd like. But yeah, this thing, fuel tanks, stupidly heavy. you need to do on your back wheels here is make them double to help with your traction, because there isn't much weight in the back end, and that's the problem. If you go double tires, I think you will find you get a lot more grip in the back, and that's gonna I mean, you can obviously compensate by putting the power down on your engines, but as you'll know, she feels a bit drifty all the time, rather than putting that into just good top speed for you. And yeah, you can compensate either with downforce or simply by adding more surface area to gain the traction. I've run dualies on a couple of mine and had great success in the past. But I have to admit, it is fun cruising around in this. Let's go and check out your farm. Now, I hope the farm comes out okay for you guys. When I popped down here a minute ago, my system tanked to like 5 frames a second for a while. I'm not sure what the issue is. I mean, my system shouldn't have an issue. I run the Ryzen 9 12 core and the RTX 2080 Super, so it might just be an issue with copying over the saves. I won't move around too much so you guys can get a bit of a look, because I think the frames are pretty bad. What I have seen working here so far, because this thing does look pretty cool, is a scrap pickup system on. This is a track that cruises around picking up all the scrap. I'm not sure if what it does with it once it's picked it all up. His defenses consist of a bunch of auto turrets. Looks like they are all on bearings. So he's got them rotating. There is some kind of mechanism under... Oh, I see how he's done his turrets. That's very interesting. I wonder why he's done that. To possibly make them move faster? Yeah, I'm not sure. But the farm does look pretty cool. Yeah, still getting really bad frames, guys, so I'm not going to I'm just going to show you a few snapshots inside the farm. And again, judging from the track system, it's going to go up one side, swing around, and come back down the other. All very, very cool. His storeroom. Out the back. That seems to be a system and machine that sends a pump down to the chemical pond. I'm assuming that it's automated and it'll pick up your chemicals and bring them back for you, but I'm not sure due to the lag. I'm too scared to try. There is the scrap picker up system. So that goes around. Those 2 cages are on pistons and pick up all the scrap, and then it comes back here and drops it all off. Oh, I see his craft bot. How do we get in there? His crafting station. I'm not 100% sure what this buggy does, but he's got this buggy. This might be... No, it can't be a chemical pickup buggy. I don't know what this buggy does. And the landing pad. It's all pretty cool. Alright, there we go. I've moved away from the farm and we've got some frames back. Oh look, something else. We have... Now that looks like a cool little runabout. I see a saw blade. Is that just bot deterrent, I wonder? Or is that actually a functional lumber mill? I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. Other than, you know, cool looking vehicle that pulls a trailer, I'm just not quite sure what he wants to put in this trailer. It's under... Oh, it's a spawn point. Oh, hang on a minute. I think... Is this a lumber mill? Uh-oh. I don't see any saw blades. You're gonna have to send me a message, mate. Don't know what that is. And it's got a chest on it. That dispenses. Oh, you got me intrigued, sir. Let's swap vehicles here. Go further down the road, see if we find anything else. I think you need some dualies on this too. Or just back down your... Wait. Oh. Tap you down too. No, still, it's a lot better though. We probably won't lose much top speed. Oh, what do we got there? The reason I prefer to do that is, yes, you are slightly slower off the mark when you put the engine down, but because you're running the engines at a much lower rate, you burn far less fuel and you actually end up half the time with a higher top speed because your wheels aren't spinning. Now, this looks very interesting. I'm gonna have a play, guys, but I haven't been for my test yet, so I don't have a license on this machine. Okay. Righty-ho. And we got... Oh, okay, very good. It seems like a very complicated way of doing that, but very cool. Oh, I see, to come and clean up afterwards. But how do you put them down? Oh, you don't. You just drive into the rock face. I see. Well, to be honest, my mining vehicle isn't much better at the minute. I still haven't built a proper purpose-built miner yet. Oh, hang on a minute. You see, I need a license. I don't know what's going on here. Certainly looks very cool. And judging by how much materials you've got, I'm gonna have to say it works pretty well too. Very cool, mate. Well, let's go on a bit more of an adventure and see what we can find. Oh, and I'm not being mean, guys. I sent him my save too. He's welcome to criticize and offer suggestions as well. Plus, I don't feel like I'm criticizing that much. Most of his stuff is awesome. He's building a train system. Yes, all of these things I was going to do. I'll tell you what, GT. You've inspired me to go back and play Scrap Mechanic. I was very frustrated with the lag and with the issues, but you've inspired me to go back, I think. There's a great many things I haven't built or even tried. And it's nice to see you out here doing such a good job with all your creations. Let's have a look. Oh, let's fix the time. This has got to be his place. That looks pretty sweet from here, doesn't it? With the Beetle car? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, good call on welding things up when you park them in. Saves on a bunch of lag, that. A forklift? Yep, that's what that is. That's a forklift. But, I'm noticing a few things here. Like, are these in the game yet? Or did you... Oh, you might have found those while you're out looting. Because I try very hard just to use standard parts, even though sometimes they're not very good. Aha! The main garage where he would back up and unload his vehicle. And now you see that? You see, you could have gone and blown up a warehouse, but I think you're building in creative, mate. But this does look very nice. Looks very, very nice. Red button. Excellent. Getting good YouTube signal. You'll need that because, you know, the internet comes in giant towers. That's how it works. And now you have my attention. However, that's just a joyride because you can't do anything except go sort of up. Oh, he's got the... I'm not going to, simply because it has a suspension glitch on it. But good job. And jump! Oh, look at that. I do very much like all the actual base building you do, if I could say that. I haven't really started doing any of that yet. I just basically had a big room to park my stuff in. So it's very nice to see what you've done here. Oh, it's the kitchen. Or bar. No, it's the bar. And well done. That's brilliant, putting him on a piston. That really does make things far better. That's a 10 out of 10 move, that's awesome. We'll ignore the hole in the floor. I'm assuming that's an aquatic entrance. Ooh, elevator. Very nice. Oh, hey, I didn't get in, mate. Okay, and how do we get into the middle bit? Stairs. Ta-da! Maybe I'll find the stairs from up here. Yeah, it is access via the lift. I'm just not using it properly. Bathtub. Library. Very cool. I hadn't thought of doing that. That's very, very cool. Very nice, mate. Very nice. You'll have to send us some screenshots or something when it's all finished, or your save again. Thank you very much for sending me your save. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I hope my few tips on your flyer helped. And yeah, please let me know what you think of my save. Thanks for watching, everybody. That was GT's Tour.